The red planet has fascinated astronomers for centuries. We've always been curious about the existence of life on Mars. In 2003, NASA developed the Spirit and Opportunity rovers to help in the persistent search for clues of the existence of life on Mars. In this video, we will be learning about the Spirit rover. In December of 1996, NASA launched the Sojourner rover. The Sojourner rover, named after Sojourner Truth, was the first Mars rover. The Sojourner rover mission lasted for 85 days. The mission was intended to last for only 7 days. After the Sojourner rover, scientists became more curious about the red planet. Did life ever exist on the planet? And did water ever exist on the planet? To answer these questions, they decided to launch 2 new rovers, Spirit and Opportunity, in 2003. It was possible that the rover could malfunction or the rocket carrying it to space could explode, so 2 rovers were launched in 2 different rockets as a precaution. The 2 rovers would also land on opposite sides of Mars. Together, the 2 rovers were called the Mars Exploration Rovers. The Spirit rover landed in the Gusev crater, a crater on Mars, on January 4, 2004. Gusev crater is large. It is about the size of Connecticut. The spot that Spirit landed in Gusev crater is now called the Columbia Memorial Station in honor of the Columbia Space Shuttle disaster. So why was Gusev crater the chosen landing spot for the Spirit rover? Well, previous missions to Mars found clues that Gusev crater could have possibly been a lake millions of years ago. Water is an important necessity for all life here on Earth, so much so that scientists look for water as evidence for life on other planets. The discovery of water on Mars would show that life may have existed on Mars. During Spirit's first week on Mars, scientists used a camera to take photos of the Martian terrain. NASA was naturally very happy and excited when it received the first images of Mars. This image over here is the highest resolution image ever taken on the surface of Mars. After looking at these images in more detail, the landing spot seemed excellent for the Spirit rover mission. One reason was that the rocks were not too dusty and were clean for new observations. One main objective was to study the Martian soil and the Martian rocks for evidence of water. A couple days later, on January 16, the Spirit rover took the first microscopic image of Martian soil. Using the microscopic imager, they could observe the composition of the Martian soil. On January 18, 2004, the Spirit rover spotted an interesting rock called the Adirondack Rock, named after the Adirondack Mountains in New York. The microscopic imager was used again to study the rock in more detail. The Spirit rover also used other tools, including the alpha particle X-ray spectrometer and the Mossbauer spectrometer, to study the rock. The alpha particle X-ray spectrometer would emit alpha particles, which is just 2 protons and 2 neutrons on the target, which in this case was the Adirondack rock, and would detect the alpha particles that bounce back. The Mossbauer spectrometer emits gamma ray signals and detects the gamma ray signals that bounce back. Both of these spectrometers helped scientists understand the inner composition of the rock. Adirondack was found to contain 3 major minerals: olivine, magnetite, and pyroxene. Earth's upper mantle is composed of mostly olivine and pyroxene. To examine the rock more deeply, the Spirit rover would have to use its rock abrasion tool. The rock abrasion tool allows the rover to grind the rock for more detailed observations. The rover was about to start examining the rock with its rock abrasion tool on January 21 when a problem occurred. Mission scientists were not able to communicate with the Spirit rover. Mission scientists sent a command to shut down the rover, but the rover ignored the command and continued to waste its valuable energy. On January 24, 2004, scientists confirmed that the flash memory had malfunctioned. The flash memory is pretty much the storage chip of the rover. On January 28th, the rover started sending pictures back to Earth, and the issue was fixed on February 1, 2004. After this issue, the Spirit rover started to use its rock abrasion tool on the Adirondack rock. Basically, it broke it apart. Now it could see inside of the rock. Here we can see the microscopic image taken after the rock abrasion tool was used. Spirit's next destination was Bonneville Crater, a crater located inside Gusev crater. The rover started the 4-week-long journey to Bonneville Crater on February 8, 2004. While driving to Bonneville Crater, The Spirit Rover took microscopic images of the soil. These microscopic images show smooth pebbles in the Martian soil. On March 5, 2004, while tracking the Martian surface, the Spirit came across a rock called Humphrey. What makes Humphrey special is the bright stuff inside its crevices. NASA scientists believe that the bright stuff are minerals, crystallized by water that had trickled through the rock millions, if not billions, of years ago. So this could be a clue that water may have existed on Mars. About a week later, Spirit finally reached the rim of Barnwell Crater. The length of Barnwell Crater is about the length of 2 football fields. The Spirit didn't enter Barnwell Crater though, as it was too risky. Instead, the Spirit Rover headed to Columbia Hills. This was officially the end of the official phase of the mission. But at Columbia Hills, adventurers were to take over Spirit's mission on the Red Planet.